Okay. So, I was waiting on a truck to go by because it was so loud. So this is a rant video, and this is over a very highly debated topic that people don't like to talk about in Star Wars. So this is called Why I Hate the OT. Yeah, it's like I make it known that I don't like the OT at all. And everybody, I've gotten the dumbest questions. Why don't you're a Star Wars fan? You must like everything, right? Like, no. Why don't you like it? You have to like it. Then you're not a true fan. I don't give a fuck. I mean, literally, you look at Star Wars, there are tons of eras to choose from. There are tons and tons and tons. Ah, my ear. There's tons of jump points for the universe to start at. You can jump into the Old Republic. You can jump into the Clone Wars. You can jump into the NT, the prequels, the sequels, the New Jedi Order, Legacy of the Force, Fate of the Jedi, the Kill It Crisis. Any which way you want to go. The comics, books, games, shows, movies. Easy as hell. Reference books. Why don't I like the OT? It's slow, boring, overhyped, overrated. So much wrong with it. Whiny twink Luke, hand-holding dialogue, spoilers galore. And the fact that literally every fucking top 5 or top 10 Star Wars character list or elimination game always has the OT involved. Like, you really don't need to have the OT involved in everything. Like, it's so dumb. Vader's the best villain ever. Like, no, he's not. There's plenty of villains way better than his old ass. Old Wheezy can go take a fucking seat. Somebody actually posted on Twitter about that. I don't remember the damn post, and I don't really save posts. I just, look at them and laugh half the time. Somebody says, so Thanos is the new Vader, and somebody's like, no. Like, yeah, he is. I mean, it boggles me that, OT fans will criticize the fuck out of the prequels and sequels and the shows, but will never accept the fact that the OT is flawed. And that is wrong. You can't call yourself a Star Wars fan if you can't accept some critiquing. And the fact that you can't accept that your own trilogy is flawed. There are flaws in it. There's tons of flaws. Oh my god. One of the funniest ones is, because I rewatched it. I've seen the OT 3 different times now. I don't care for it. I've tried to get into it. I can't get into it. First time, whatever. Second time, I was pissed off. Third time, I don't really care for it. Like, one of the biggest things I noticed was you can see David Prowse's eyes in Vader's helmet, which is, like, really stupid. And then, like, one of the most glaring questions I had when I was a kid, because I grew up with the OT, and then the prequels, and then the sequels, so naturally I saw The Sandlot. Naturally, I recognized James Earl Jones' voice. Naturally, I'm like, oh, that's what he looks like out of the suit. And then he gets unmasked and how the fuck does that work? Oh, there's just so much wrong with the OT, and I'm so tired of people hyping it up when the only things you can talk about is how, Ben's all powerful, Luke is the most celebrated hero ever, who shot first? You realize how sad ass of an argument that is? Who shot first, Han or Greedo? You sound retarded as hell. God, it's so frustrating. I mean, everybody hypes up the OT so much. Like, George Lucas's vision is ruined by the sequels. My childhood is ruined. Then go write your own fanfic. Guaranteed some of you OT fans probably wrote some Luke and Leia incest back in the day. And then when you found out they were related, you probably burned them. Or you probably had a sad masturbation session to it just because. Like, Christ. I don't know. Or you're still in your mom's basement beating it to Slave Leia hanging on your wall or some shit. I don't fucking know. It's whatever. I get so tired of the hype. It's like there's no hype to the OT. There's none. It's old. It served its purpose. Move the fuck on. The whole point of any franchise is to outdo the predecessor, the original. That's the whole point of the franchise. It's supposed to outdo it. You're just clinging to it because of nostalgia, and you can't see past nostalgia for whatever fucking reason to realize that it has flaws, and it's not perfect, it's not the best, and that when people bring that up, you turn toxic over it. How dare you talk bad about the OT? You don't know anything. You're not a real fan. You must be a millennial or Gen Z. So what? It's called Gen Gap, motherfucker. Damn. That's the whole point. That's why there's a generation gap. Some gens like the OT, some don't. Some like the prequel, some don't. Some like the sequel, some don't. So on and so forth with every single fandom. I mean, look at Doctor Who. There's 13 goddamn doctors. I've never watched Doctor Who. No. I take that back. I did watch old Doctor Who. I didn't like it. It was weird as fuck. That's one. And I just didn't like it. It was weird and shit. So, they got 13 doctors to choose from. So that's a good array of people to choose from. You have 13 people to choose from. Who's your favorite? I don't know. I don't have a favorite. I don't like Doctor Who. I'm not a Whovian. But with the OT, it's like everybody bitched about how badly the sequels are to the OT. Stop using the OT as a measuring stick to prove that it's better than what's come out now. So what? Disney owns Star Wars. Big fucking deal. They've been doing collaborations for a long time. You might be ignorant to that fact, but yeah, they've done collaborations for a long time. It's never been full official, but I would imagine that back in the 90s, they probably had a deal going on to where they were going to have a merch deal or whatever collaboration to where they were going to be partnered with Disney for different things, but George probably didn't really give into it at the time, so whatever. But yeah, there's been tons of collaborations. There's been, what was that? The original Disney characters dressed up as Star Wars characters. That was fun. There's a couple of them I actually liked that were really cool. But like, that's it. Like, and with the OT, it's just, there's no point to it. It's like, what's so good about No New Hope? Death Star blows up. You're introduced to new characters or whatever. What's so good about Empire? Ooh, it's his dad. What's so good about Return of the Jedi? Ooh, Daddy beat the Emperor finally. What the fuck ever? Death Star's blown up again. Nobody cares. Incest. Who shot first? It's so pathetic. That's literally the conversations you have. You're an OT fan. Like, ooh, what outfit did Leia look good in? She was only in 3 fucking films. Damn. No, I like Slave Leia. I gotta masturbate to Leia. Oh, yeah, harder. Whatever. It's dumb. Stop using the OT as a measuring stick against new material. It defeats the whole purpose. Of course, the new material is going to be better than the OT. Literally, anything beats the OT these days. Like, I'm sorry to tell you that, but it's the fucking truth. There are other franchises that are better, more developed, and stronger than the OT. 3 films versus an entire other franchise. OT versus Trek. Trek beats the OT. Because Trek was established first, and I've already covered that shit. B5, Babylon 5, better than the OT. Legend of Korra, the whole Avatar TV series with Aang and Korra, better than the OT. The Buffy universe, better than the OT. And so on and so forth. Like, it's so retarded how OT fans literally will go out of their way to be toxic assholes and attack people for having a different opinion that doesn't match their own. That's sad, pathetic bullshit. That's why people have left the fandom. That's why people are giving up on Star Wars at the time, because assholes like you, OT fans, don't fucking learn because you are so stuck in your nostalgic dome or bubble, your nostalgic bubble, that you can't see past your own shit. Like, your time is flawed. Big time flawed. It's so bad. I mean, it's like, I hate the OT. Like, I don't see any, like, hype on it, or I don't get why it's so fucking hyped up. I mean, I get the point, but today, no, it's irrelevant. It's pointless. It's whatever. It's not that good. I mean, it's just so... it's not that good. It's slow. It has a slow pace. There's hand-holding dialogue, and that's dumb. Like, I've watched almost 1,000 movies and shows combined, and I recognize flaws in shit. And it took me a while to recognize the shit, but like, when you lose interest in something and come back to it with a fresh perspective on things, you pick up on a lot, and it shows, that you can recognize that you don't like it and be like, okay, cool, I don't like it. I've had people block me over this bullshit. How funny is that? Like, are you some kind of a retarded faggot? Like, really? You're gonna block me because you don't like my opinion? Okay, fuck you. That's cool. I don't care. You're missing out on the fun. I mean, hell. I mean, there are a handful of people that I have met on Twitter out of my 300 plus followers that I can have a good conversation with and not have it turn toxic. Like, literally, just today I was added to somebody's cool SW fans list, and the title of it is non-toxic Star Wars fans. How fucking awesome is that? I'm added to a list because I'm not toxic, and I love that. It's so cool. And it's sad because there's so many people in the fan base, and it's so bad that it gets ruined by toxic assholes because they can't handle difference of opinion. And, I've come across this a lot. I'll say I don't like the OT. Why? And then I'll explain. I'll bring up valid fucking points, like I did in this video. And it's like, oh, I don't see that, but okay. How do you not see it? It's right in fucking front of you. You can't miss it. It's so obvious and bad. Ugh. One friend, Knucklehead TV, he said that the Ewoks are horrendous. I think they're fine. I don't have an issue with Ewoks, honestly. I really don't. But man, I wonder what fucking one of them is like. You're like, oh god, that's dark. We don't talk about bestiality on here. That's a no-no. maybe to you, but like that's another. I know I'm getting off task, but it's related to the OT. The other day on Facebook, my friend asked me, we were talking about what characters will we fuck, and I was like, the last show you watch is the person you have to fuck. And I'm like, I watched Clone Wars. That has many main characters. So my friend Katrina's like, she's like, Anakin, Obi-Wan, or Yoda. I'm like, Yoda, because he's handheld. Ah, that's funny. But in all seriousness, though, you gotta get off your high horse about the OT. Like, it's not just because you like it doesn't mean everyone else is gonna share your hive mind mentality. And you have to realize that. No one's gonna share it. Not everyone's gonna share it. You know, you can't just be like, oh, the OT's the best thing in the fucking world. You can't top that. Like, okay, whatever. I mean, you sound like a retard when you come out like that, you know? Or maybe you don't and don't realize it or whatever, but you do look and sound like a retard doing that shit. Like, there's so many. Oh my god, there are so many things that literally beat the OT, and there's too many to name. It's not even funny anymore. Ugh, there are better villains and better heroes, better stories, better characters, so on and so forth. You know, it's so funny. Like, I've had many arguments over it. I've been blocked over it, which is really funny. I've been retweeted over it, and it was even funnier. This fool really say he don't like the OT? What? What? I'm like, why don't you ask me why I don't like it instead of just retweeting it or quoting it and being like, he cray. Like, okay. That's the thing, like, not everyone shares the same opinion as you do. Sure, you're entitled to your opinion. Totally cool. 100% you. Everyone is entitled to an opinion. But opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. And not all opinions are right either. Even if you're like, oh, mine's right, you know what I'm talking about. Like, dude, go sit in the fucking corner, bitch. Go sit in your goddamn corner. Sit in the fucking corner. I swear, it's just so ridiculous. Like, I get the point of the OT. I mean, it does deserve props for its achievement in being, you know, a milestone, a touchstone, a landmark, a uh, groundbreaking deal in cinematography and all that shit. But story wise and everything else aside, junk. Garbage. Pointless, slow, overrated, overhyped. I mean, Christ, like everybody's like, ooh, Vader blew up the Death Star. Like, try again. No, he did. Like, no. Okay, Tarkin did it. No. It was the guy who pulled the lever that blew it up. Okay, I'm a real OT fan. Here's my movie stub. This makes me a real fan. Swear. And I love all that bullshit of claiming you're a true fan. That is the dumbest, gayest shit I've ever come across. I'm a true fan. I went to the 77 premiere. Okay. I don't give a shit. I went to see Attack of the Clones. That makes me a true fan, too. Dumbass. Ugh. And we'll be having the same argument in the future with future installments of Star Wars. Who's the real fan of those? We're all fans. Why can't we just accept each other's differing opinions? Why is it so hard? I mean, really? I mean, there's just like, I don't know. And the one thing that I've seen in, the one thing I've seen a surgence in about the OT is how people don't like it and they agree with me. And the one thing that people are really sick of is every fucking fan dry humping the hell out of Empire. Yeah. Like, who fucking cares about Empire Strikes Back? It's the best film ever. No, it's not. Are you shitting me? It's junk. Oh my god. Wow. Watched it, got the point, don't care. I don't like it. It's too slow. Now you give me the prequels or sequels or the shows, I'm happy. Because they have a faster pace, deeper logic, deeper connection. There's no lollygagging and shit. The characters are more relatable, and they have a lasting impression. That's how I feel about it. When the sequels came out, I wasn't too keen on needing the OT involved. Like, whatever, you don't need the OT for that shit. You can easily close it out. You could start it up with a whole new saga and it would have been better. But the way it ended, it was pretty good. I liked it. I enjoyed it thoroughly. But seriously, though, it's like, stop acting like you're such a better fan just because you can't see past your own nostalgia. Like, seriously, if you can't see past the nostalgia, you are the problem, not other people because they aren't listening to you. It's you that's the problem, not them. You. Plain and simple. You're the problem. Ugh. So, yeah. Don't be a toxic asshole. We'll have a better fandom if you're not a toxic asshole. But if you're going to be a toxic asshole, then fuck you. Okay, fuck you, plain and simple. Go to a different fandom. See how far you get in there. I mean, I've seen dumb shit on Twitter. I've seen dumb shit on Facebook. I've seen dumb shit on IG. It's funny. Ugh. But, whatever. So, that's my rant video. I hope it pissed you off. If you don't understand me or don't see what I'm talking about, then you are totally blind as a goddamn bat. A fucking bat. A bloody bat. You're blind as a bloody bat, you wanker. You need to go bugger off somewhere, alright? I'll come through this phone. I'll call you down, mate. Right. Like, oh my god, he has spot on English dialect. How did he ever master that? What classes did you take? Harry Potter. Harry Potter movies. The audiobooks. Watching TV. Ain't that hard to mimic dialect. Anyway, so I'm gonna get off of here, and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'll probably watch some on TV because I'm bored as hell because I'm waiting for Star Wars Resistance too. So, till next time, like and subscribe for thoughts and prayers, and don't be a toxic asshole, motherfucker.